You're born in 1901, South Side Chicago. Your father works the stockyards, comes home smelling like death and pig fat. Your mother takes in laundry, 6 kids in 3 rooms. You sleep 2 to a bed. The rats are bigger than the cats. Nobody asks what you want to be. You'll be what the neighborhood makes you. You're 8 when you start running errands. Packages you don't open, messages you don't read, a nickel here, a dime there. You learn fast, see nothing, say nothing. The cops don't care about you anyway. You're just another Dago kid, that's what they call you. School ends at 12. Not because you graduate, because your father breaks his back lifting a side of beef. Now you're the income. You work a fish cart. Your hands crack and bleed in winter. They smell like perch in summer. No amount of washing helps. The guys in nice suits watch you work. They remember you ran those errands, kept your mouth shut. That's currency on the South Side. You're 19 when Johnny Torio's man approaches you. Not a job offer, a test. Stand outside this warehouse. Anyone comes who shouldn't, you whistle. You stand there 11 hours, nobody comes. You get $20, that's 4 weeks at the fish cart, for 1 night of standing. You think you're smart now, you're not. You're just useful. They bring you in slowly. More standing, more watching. You carry a revolver in your coat. Never fired it. Probably won't. The gun isn't for shooting, it's so you look like you would. Then you meet him, 1925, Al Capone. He's not what the movies show you. He's shorter than you expected, softer in the middle, smells like expensive cologne and cigar smoke. He shakes your hand, calls you kid. You're 24. You're assigned to the second car, not the one he rides in, the one behind. Your job, watch the car ahead, watch the streets, watch for anything wrong. Then what? Then you die before he does. That's the job. The pay is good, 100 a week. You buy your mother a radio. Get yourself 2 suits. The girl from the bakery finally notices you. You take her to a real restaurant. She thinks you're somebody now. You're not somebody. You're a body, a piece of meat between Capone and a bullet. The work is boring. That's what nobody tells you. 99% boredom. Sitting in cars, standing in hallways, watching Capone eat dinner for 3 hours, watching him meet with men in rooms you're not allowed in. Your feet hurt. Your back hurts. You can't drink on duty. Can't relax. Can't look away. 1% terror. 1926, September. Jaime Weiss's boys try to hit the boss at the Hawthorne Inn. You're outside. The first car rolls past slow. Wrong kind of slow. You're reaching for your gun when they open up. Thompson submachine guns. The noise is unreal. You drop behind a car. Glass and brick everywhere. You don't fire back. You can't even see them through the smoke and dust. It's over in 30 seconds. Capone's fine. He was eating lunch in the back. You're fine. You pissed yourself, but nobody mentions it. 1 civilian dead. Capone's bodyguard, not you, the other one, catches a ricochet in the shoulder. You get a bonus, $50. For what? For being there. For not running. You marry the bakery girl. She's pregnant. You don't tell her what you really do. She doesn't ask. The apartment you rent is nicer than where you grew up. That's all that matters to her. Your mother lights candles for your soul. She knows. The violence gets worse. The St. Valentine's Day massacre happens. You're not there. Thank God you're not there. But you see Capone after. He's calm, eating an orange, talking about the weather. 7 men dead and he's talking about the weather. You realize he doesn't see people. He sees pieces on a board. You're a piece. Your daughter is born in 1929. Same year the market crashes. Doesn't matter to you. Bootlegging doesn't crash, but the heat does. Federal heat. Elliot Ness and his choir boys. The IRS. Suddenly everyone's nervous. Meetings get shorter. Movements get unpredictable. Your hours get longer. Capone gets paranoid. Not crazy. Practical paranoid. He trusts fewer people. Watches everyone. You feel his eyes on you sometimes, wondering if you'd flip. You wouldn't. Not because you're loyal, because you're afraid. 1931. He goes down, not for murder, not for bootlegging, for taxes. The whole empire, all that power, all that blood, undone by an accountant. You're out of work at 30. Some of the guys get picked up by the outfit. They don't pick you. You were Capone's guy. That's tainted now. The new bosses want their own people. You go back to the fish cart. Nobody's impressed by your suits anymore. Your wife is. She doesn't understand. You had money. Where did it go? You spent it. That's what you did. You lived like someone who'd always have it. Your daughter grows up. She never knows you worked for Capone. You tell her you were a driver. That's technically true. Your back gives out in 1947. All those years standing, all that tension. Your body kept the bill. Now it's due. You die in 1954. Heart attack. Small obituary. No mention of Capone. Your daughter cleans out your apartment, finds a photo of you standing next to a car, 1927. You're wearing a good suit. You look important. She has no idea what she's looking at. What remains? Nothing. The Lexington Hotel where you stood guard was demolished. The restaurants where you watched Capone eat are gone. The streets you walked are different. Your name appears in no history book. No documentary, no museum. You were there. You were close to power. You thought that made you powerful. It didn't. You were insulation, expendable, a warm body in a suit. If that bullet had come, you'd have caught it. That was the whole point of you. Capone died in 1947. Syphilis rotted his brain. He spent his last years in Florida, confused, barely able to speak, fishing in his pool, all that power, all that fear he generated. It ended with him fishing in a pool that had no fish. You think your life was wasted? It was, but so was his. Just in a bigger room. History remembers Al Capone, not you. You were scenery, background, disposable. You spent your best years standing, watching, waiting to die for someone who never knew your last name. You think proximity to power is power. It's not. It's just proximity. And when the power moves, you're left standing in an empty room, holding a gun you never fired. History doesn't care who protected whom. It only remembers who survived to tell the story. And you weren't holding the pen. If you want to see another life ground down by the machine, stay. There's plenty more where this came from.